Hello students, welcome to the next lecture of Poisson distribution. So now we'll see the first question of today's class. It has been found that 2% of the tools produced by a certain machine are defective. What is the probability in a shipment of 400 such tools? Then we have to find 3% or more, then 2% or less will prove defective. We'll see the one more time. It has been found that 2% of the tools produced by a certain machine are defective. So there are some of the machines are there. So in that machine, one of the machine is producing such some tools. In that tools, it is producing 2% defective out of 100 percentage, right? Then what he wanted to find, what is the probability that in a shipment of 400 such tools, right? So 2% of the defective is nothing but, can I say, given the probability of the machine? Yes. So it is the value of p equal to 2 percentage. It is nothing but 0.02 value of p. And what is the probability that in a shipment of 400 such tools, so means is a value of n equal to, right? So n equal to 400. Then we have to find a probability 3% or more. 3% or more. So at this probability, right? So to finding a solution of Poisson distribution, we know the required value is lambda. Yes. So what is the did he given the value of lambda in the question? No, right? So if we value of lambda is not mentioned, then we know we have to find by the formula n into p, and we seen in the last lecture, right? So then mean of Poisson distribution nu equal to lambda, and which can also denoted by n into p. Then so 400 into 0.02, so which is nothing but, what is the value of lambda is 8. Okay, so mean of the Poisson distribution is 8. And next, then what is the formula of the Poisson distribution here? Poisson distribution, p of x equal to e to the power minus lambda into lambda power x by x factorial. Okay, right. Now we'll see the difference between the previous question and this question. In the previous sums, previous four sums, he given you the value of x directly. Let us see once. See, this is the first question. Yes. So in this question, he asking to find a probability. There are exactly 3 emergency calls in 10-minute interval. Second question, find the probability that it will receive 4 bad checks on any given day. Means x equal to 4 here. Third question, exactly 3 means x equal to 3. Second one, more than 2 individuals, so x greater than 2. None, x equal to 0. More than 1 individuals, x greater than 1. So next one more question we'll see. Fourth one, here what is the probability that a box picks at random will contain 3 or more faulty condensers? So x value is greater than or equal to 3. So Coming to the present question, 3% or more and next to 2% or less will prove defective. So the conclusion, I mean difference between the previous sums and this sum, given there whatever the probability he wanted to find directly at x equal to 2, x greater than or equal to 3. So like that he mentioned in the previous 4 sums. But here the value of x is mentioned in terms of percentage. So that is the conclusion here. That is the difference between the previous sum and this sum. So now what is my aim right now? Converting that percentage into the real number. So how can I convert that percentage to the integer? Tell me. So given in a question 3% or more, 3%. So 3% into how many, where I have to find a probability. What is the probability that in a shipment of 400 such tools? So this 3% I'm multiplying with 400. Okay. So by multiplying with 400, then what is the answer I will get? 12 I will get. So this is the value of x. And in the question, or more, 3% or more. So how can I denote in the probability? P of x greater than or equal to 12. Okay. P of x greater than or equal to 12. See, at this values of x, we have to find a probability. So x greater than or equal to 12 means, may I know what are the values of x here? 12, 13, 14 and so on up to 400, right? Up to 400, because we have to find a probability for 400 such tools, right? So I can denote it as here P of x equal to 12 plus P of x equal to 13 plus so on plus P of x equal to 14. So in the next step what I have to do, I had to write a Poisson distribution at every value of x, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, like that. At every place I had to find Poisson distribution. Yes or no? Right. I think it is very difficult to find. Yes or no? Because at every value of x in the sense it is very difficult to find it. So what I'm doing here, I'm finding indirect way. I'm finding indirect way. What is the indirect way? From the total probability 1, I am eliminating whatever the values we don't require. So as for x, we required 12, 13, 14, so on 400. These all are required probabilities. Yes. So what are the x values we don't require? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, these are the x values we don't require. I mean, which of probability we don't require. So what I'm doing, which of probability I'm eliminating from the total probability. So I can denote it as 1 minus P of x equal to 0 plus P of x equal to 1 plus so on up to P of x equal to 11. Okay. So next step, I'm writing at every value of x Poisson distribution. 1 minus of e to the power minus lambda. Lambda value we got it as 8, right? Into lambda power x, 8 to the power of 0 by 0 factorial plus. So now writing Poisson distribution at x equal to 1. So e power minus 8 into 8 to the power of 1 by 1 factorial plus. Similarly, I'm writing at x equal to 11, e power minus 8 into 8 to the power of 11 by 11 factorial. Okay, so by finding this result, I'm getting 0.1119. Okay, see, this is the result. This is the probability for x greater than or equal to 12 or 3% or more. See, this is the probability of getting defective tools. Okay, right. So the second one, 2% or less will prove defective. 2% or less. So again, in this question, given the value of x in terms of percentage, so what I'll do now, converting this percentage to integer. So how can I convert this in percentage to integer? 2% into how many tools we having to find a probability? 400 such tools, right? So 2% into 400. Okay, then what will be the answer? 2% into 400 is nothing but 8. Okay, so which is nothing but p of x 2% or less, so means less than or equal to 8. Okay, so at this probability or at these values of x, we have to find a probability. Okay, right. It is equal to x less than or equal to 8 means what are the values of x? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, so I can denote it as p of x equal to 0 plus p of x equal to 1 plus so on plus p of x equal to 8. Okay, so now I'm writing the Poisson distribution at every value of x. At every value of x, I'm writing Poisson distribution. So e to the power minus lambda. What is the value of lambda as per previous page? Is 8. Okay, so e to the power minus 8 into 8 to the power of 0 by 0 factorial plus e to the power minus 8 into 8 to the power of 1 by 1 factorial plus, so at x equal to 8, e to the power of minus 8 into 8 to the power of 8 by 8 factorial. Okay, then by finding the solution, we are getting 0.